Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is BT Sports coming to you live from the Case-Lou studios at the Bush Student Center at St. Louis University. Quick note for you. I'm Bobby Stillwell, of course, but we have an interesting thing right now. Right now, the other half of BT Sports, Tim Shagru, is having a contract dispute with Case-Lou. Now, we're all working together with Case-Lou to bring him back next week, but until the contract dispute settled, I have alongside me Braden Curvita.
How's it going?
Yeah, so what's it like being on the sports show that you listen to every week?
It's interesting to be on the other side, definitely. See all the technical parts of it, and I'm really enjoying it and grateful for the opportunity.
That's right. Yeah, we've got, I guess tonight the show could technically be called B Squared Sports, am I right?
No, definitely. B Square Sports.
B Squared Sports. Oh, man. Okay, so we got some pretty interesting news. One of the biggest stories of the week for St. Louis U, Austin McBroom and Terry Lancona are transferring out of SLU.
I know, it's crazy. I was reading this article saying that McBroom is leaving for his last year. Not sure where he's going yet, but he's thankful from his tweet, he says he's thankful to the entire SLU community and fans for their support throughout the years.
And that's just, I'll admit, McBroom did not play that much this year, and Lancona really never played at all.
Yeah.
I didn't see him in a single game except sitting on the bench.
No, yeah, definitely. McBroom could be a loss because he could come in off the bench towards the end of the year. And
he definitely was better by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Lancona, sad to see him go, but won't be too much of a loss for the Billikens.
Not really, and I'm not saying, players don't matter. It's, just Lancona really didn't play that much. And I don't know if it's Cruz didn't want to play him or what, but, we've got great guys. We've got Roby coming back. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we lost Manning because Manning's going to graduate.
Yep.
But we've got Roby, we've got Yarbrough, we've got who else have we got? Marcus Bartley. I forgot. Duh.
Yeah.
Mr. Three-pointer.
Yep.
He was hitting a lot of those by the end of the season. So I think next season we're gonna have a good lineup. Even without McBroom and Lancona, I think SLU still has a really good shot in the A10.
No, definitely. With all the freshmen this year, it'll be a good season next year.
And then, like I said, Cruz was really experimenting. This was kind of more of an experiment year for Cruz to see what he could work with after graduating guys like Rob Lowe and Jordan Jet.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely was an experimental year for Cruz, but I really think it's going to be really fun to see next year what happens.
No, yeah, I'm excited. And by the time that we're seniors, that means this freshman class will be seniors. So
and you know what? Fingers. And you know what? We could end up going to the NCAA tournament again.
Definitely.
Yeah, we here at B Squared BT Sports wish McBroom and Lancona the best. Am I right?
Definitely. Yep. Good luck with their future endeavors.
And I think Timmy would agree.
Yeah, definitely.
And more SLU news. Okay, we appreciate the call-in, but we are not taking them yet. Okay, we usually take call-ins about halfway through the show, ladies and gentlemen, and we will give you the number at that time to call in.
Yes, we love the excitement.
We love the enthusiasm. We love it. It's just we really can't take call-ins at this point because we've got to get our monologue in and get our intro going. Another interesting thing. Michael Bozarth, a junior, and he's an outfielder for the baseball team. He was named co-player of the week, rather.
Yep.
For the week ending March 22nd, which would have been, last week, but still, it's a really big deal,
No, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, you know what? And I think he gets the
Fireball.
Yep, he's the Fireball of the week here on B Squared Sports.
Congratulations, Michael Bozarth.
Yeah, let's read a little bit about the stats for him at this point. He defeated SLU beat UT Martin and took 2-3 from Rhode Island. Leadoff hitter Bozarth. He was
0.5 batting average. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, in games, slugging percentage of .83. That's just amazing. I'm really it's really cool to see some more Billikens getting Player of the Week honors in the A10.
No, yeah, this is awesome. It'll be exciting to see how they do against Southeast Missouri State also. And they've got a freshman, Connor Lehman, pitching.
Actually, that game has already been played.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that game has been played, and it didn't go the way we had hoped.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't too good of a game. But the team shows promise. You know, like
Yeah.
we know one of the players on our. We actually have 2 players on our floor,
Yeah,
right?
we've got 2 players on our floor, and then on the floor next to us, I think there's like 3 or 4.
And yeah, one of the guys has really been talking up the team, and I've been asking him, hey, what's going on with the team, and he's been really interesting and to talk about, ask about it and whatnot. So it's really been. Seems like he's really excited for the season. He's really anticipating a good thing going this year.
Definitely, and it's awesome because there's so many freshmen again, like the basketball.
Again, more
team.
freshmen. So that really means that we could have really good teams by our upperclassmen years.
Yeah, definitely, it'll be exciting.
That will be. Okay, so over to NASCAR now. There was an autograph session that was happening at Martinsville, which is where they raced last weekend. Kyle Larson fainted during the autograph session.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm kind of chuckling at it. I mean, it really is a serious thing whenever somebody faints like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, Larson was awake and alert on the way to the hospital, but there's no reason to believe that he wouldn't be racing. Apparently, though, he did not race this last week, which I don't blame him.
No,
we
definitely.
wanted to make. I think they wanted to make sure he was completely back to normal. I think he'll be back next week.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's sad to hear any person in a situation like this where it's out of your control, but you have to take your personal steps to be safe, and everyone else on the track too.
Well, like Kyle Busch, I think he had a fractured foot during the I think in the NASCAR Busch Series race before Daytona. The one at Daytona. You got the Busch, you got the trucks, the Busch Series, and then the Cup Series.
Yep.
I think in the Busch Series race, he had a really bad wreck. I mean, he went head on into one of the inside retaining walls.
Oh.
He ended up having a fracture of some sort down his lower leg or foot, so he's out for quite a while.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But again, it's all about driver safety, and that's something that NASCAR emphasizes quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's definitely important. Speaking of Martinsville, it was a pretty interesting race. I didn't really get to watch much of it because I was doing quite a bit of work. But apparently, Denny Hamlin won the race. He had to hold off Brad Keselowski, who, again, Keselowski is an up-and-coming driver.
Yeah, definitely.
Keselowski, I have a lot of respect for Keselowski. He's a great racer. Keselowski is going to be awesome someday. So he had to hold him off. Let's see. In winning his first race of the season, his 5th at the short track, and his 25th of the career, Hamlin took the lead for good on the 473rd lap out of 500, passing teammate Matt Kenseth for the top spot. 2 laps later, Keselowski surged past Kenseth and tracked down Hamlin, setting up a breathtaking battle in the closing laps. Now that is what you want in NASCAR, two guys just sitting here going, just battling back and forth to win the race.
Awesome.
Yeah, and let's see where my boy Jimmy Johnson finished at. I think he had a bad week this week.
It doesn't show him in the top 25.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, Jimmy ended up 35th. He didn't run every lap. He was out. Yeah, he was definitely ended up out of the race. No, actually, no, he wasn't out of the race. No, he came back. I think he had damage or something. He got into a bad wreck of some sort. He ended up down, let's see, I'm trying to do the math here. He only did 468 laps, so he was 32 laps down in 35th place. Same thing happened to Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah.
And no, it was like I said, I wish I could have seen the race because I'm pretty sure it would have been a fun one to see, especially the end there, that battle.
No,
looks like Joey Logano got past Kenseth.
Yeah, I noticed that Team Ford and Team Toyota on top, and then followed by Chevrolet.
Quite a few Chevys. Yeah, and Danica actually did decent this week. She finished 7th.
Yeah.
I think that's one
That's
of
the
the
highest I've seen her lately.
that's one of the first top 10s I've ever seen for Danica.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with her.
No, yeah, you definitely like to see a little bit more integration or like variety in the sport of NASCAR.
I mean, they kind of brought Danica in, you know what? You and I probably both know, they
Yeah.
brought Danica in, try to get some women in there, but she actually has proven herself. She actually did IndyCar races before she came to NASCAR.
No, yeah. It's
And
definitely awesome.
Danica has really proven herself in NASCAR. She's definitely going to be a contender in a few years.
No, yeah, I'm excited for it.
And it's interesting, too, because I was reading about her car.
Yep.
It's owned by Stewart-Haas Racing, which Stewart-Haas Racing is, I don't know if it's fully owned, or I know it's at least partially owned by Tony Stewart.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I know Ryan Newman drives for them, too. And Newman always has been a good driver and a really good racer. So you got Stewart, Newman, and Danica. I know for sure, and I think they may have one other car in the Cup Series too. But it's really been an interesting year for NASCAR.
No, yeah, definitely.
And we have some. So let's move on now to. Let's move on to some Final Four stuff. Some. Okay, so here we go. The Final Four actually has been really interesting. The Final Four has actually been really interesting this year.
Yeah. No, it's been awesome to the tournament thus far has been nothing less than exciting, and this Final Four will be it's set up for great matchups or many great matchups so far.
Yeah, let me find the bracket here real quick and pull it up, because I know the Final Four actually. I know Timmy and I have the same Final Four on our bracket picks.
Yeah.
I know Michigan State. We had Virginia coming out of the East, but all the other teams have been played out the way we had picked. Like we had Kentucky, Wisconsin, and Duke in our Final Fours. I will tell you, the game that's going to be the game to watch will be Kentucky and Wisconsin for sure.
That'd be awesome.
That's going to be a game to watch.
If there's a team that can beat Kentucky, mark my words, it's Wisconsin.
Yeah, for sure. Wisconsin really is
they got
proving
the defense
themselves.
to slow down Kentucky at this point.
Mm-hmm. It's really going to be, like I said, that's going to be the game to watch. I'm not saying that, Duke and Michigan State won't be a game to watch, too.
Yeah.
I mean, well, obviously, you're going to watch that because it's on first.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely am going to keep a close eye on UK and Wisconsin.
Yeah,
if I
that'd
can.
be fun.
It's really going to be a great game. Yeah. Okay, so why don't we go into how the teams got to the Elite Eight, and how they advanced out of the Elite Eight into the Final Four.
Yep.
Okay, in Kentucky, in the Kentucky Notre Dame game, there actually was a controversy.
Really?
I was on my Facebook, and somebody posted a video saying that a basket didn't go in, but they gave Kentucky 2 points.
Oh, really?
It's kind of more of a controversy or conspiracy theory on that one. I personally I personally thought it went in because everybody else thought it went in too because they played it from the baseline.
Yeah.
And the refs thought it too. I mean, you can't argue with the refs.
No, at that point, it's just a conspiracy theory.
I think somebody's just I think it was a Notre Dame fan that originally posted that.
Yeah.
And they were just upset because Kentucky won. Let's face it. Whenever a team loses, you look the first person. Who is the first person you blame when your team loses normally?
The coach.
Okay.
Or the refs.
The coach or the refs.
Yeah.
And actually, I had my high school basketball coach yelled at me one time because I was giving the team a shout out, and Timmy was here actually that week, and it was funny because I was talking about that, and I said, yeah, the refs weren't calling the rest way, and then my high school coach called me out and said, just quit baiting the refs.
Yeah.
And I just started laughing.
Yeah. It's easy to blame the refs, definitely.
It really is.
Any sport that you play.
It is easy to blame the refs. I mean, it was, funny story for you. One of my baseball coaches got tossed. He was a heavier umpire.
Yeah.
Made a bad call about something, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember the assistant walking over and offering this porker a piece of pizza. Of course, the umpire got
kicked out.
The umpire actually wasn't kicked out right then.
Oh, really?
There was some more discussion, and he said, at one point the coach says, you could call time if you had a watch. And then the umpire says, I don't want to hear anything else. And then my coach decided to be a smart aleck and go, hear anything? He's gone. He got tossed. And I was pointing at me because he pointed straight at the bench where I was, sitting on my stat sheet, updating the stats. And I was about ready to go out there and say, I haven't done a single thing, sir. But realized it was a coach who got tossed.
Yeah.
It cracked me up though. And then after I heard the whole story, I was trying not to laugh because we actually were losing quite bad that game.
Really?
And then I remember him walking over afterwards and apologizing, and I'm sitting there trying not to laugh. Because it was one of our assistants. It wasn't the head that got tossed.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if the head would have gotten tossed because he did football too, and he kind of had a bit of a mouth on him.
Yeah.
Actually, this guy the head coach of the JV baseball was also the press box offensive guy. So it's got pretty colorful up there at times because I was in the press box too. It was usually our stat guys, our coaches, and then me in the press box from left to right. It was really funny though, that story. It was really funny when it happened.
Yeah, no, you can involve a little bit of trash talk, I think, in high school sports and still make it innocent.
Yeah, you can probably get away with quite a little bit more than you can in college and professional.
It makes it fun, I think.
Even in professional, I think you can push it a little bit too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Well, see, whenever you get guys like Brandon Phillips, though, that completely talk crap on the Cardinals, and then, he goes up to Yachty and taps him on the, taps him on the shin as a sign of a greeting. that actually escalated into a full-blown brawl a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. That's
You remember that?
bad.
Yeah. Well, and that's because, you don't go talking crap on the team and then try to be friendly to us. You don't do that. That's why Yachty took offense to that and got in his face.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yachty was just protecting the team,
No, definitely the Cardinals stay loyal to their team.
And ever since then, Johnny Cueto, the pitcher for the Reds, he gets booed every time he comes up. Same with Brandon Phillips. Phillips, because he decided to talk trash and then try to be friendly. Cueto got onto the fence, and started kicking.
Oh, really?
He killed Jason LaRue. He was our backup catcher before Tony Cruz.
Yeah.
LaRue's career was done because he got kicked in the back of the head. Concussion.
Oh.
Done forever.
That's
And then
sad.
Wainwright ended up getting cleated in the back. He was able to recover from that, obviously, because he's our ace now.
Yeah.
But he was a starter in that day because 06 he was a closer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying, we love our Cardinals here in St. Louis.
No, definitely. For all you viewers that don't know, I'm from Minnesota, so my
Right.
views on sports are a little bit skewed from my cohort on B Squared Sports.
B Squared Sports. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be an inside joke forever now.
No,
isn't it?
definitely. Fun on 4G.
Yeah. So Kentucky. Yeah. Let's get back to. Sorry, I got a little off
No
topic
problem.
there. Let's get back now to Kentucky. It says. Let's see. With everything at stake for Kentucky, the Wildcats stayed calm and made just enough plays to keep their unblemished season intact.
Yeah, no, I was watching this game, and towards the end, it was a nail biter, and it was definitely, you couldn't tell who was gonna win towards the end. Notre Dame in the last few minutes had the upper hand, and then Kentucky towards the end just finished out the correct way, like they've been doing the whole tournament, and which might take them to the championship.
Yeah, it really is. I was watching the tail end of it, and it was really interesting to see. It was a really exciting game.
No, yeah, games between any of these teams, the top teams, you can't really turn the channel, in my opinion, because you never know who's gonna win.
No, you never can know. It was really a really good game. And then also there's another game we got here too. Michigan State beating Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Now this game I wasn't really that concerned about because let's face it, I had Virginia advancing to the Final Four, so I really wasn't watching this one too much. But yeah, it's just amazing.
No, yeah, this game was really exciting. I was glad to see Michigan State move forward just because their defense, I think, will be fun to watch against Duke's extreme offense. It'll make for a more interesting game. At least technically, Louisville would have been more of a high-scoring game, in my opinion. But Tom Izzo, the head coach of Michigan State, is unreal in the postseason, so I'm excited to see where they go.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a good one against Duke too.
Yeah, it'll be Coach K
It's gonna
versus
be-
Tom Izzo, two of the best in the tournament.
Yeah, that like I said, I'm gonna try to watch both the
Yeah,
Final Four games and see what comes out of it.
no, definitely.
Hoping for Duke and Kentucky to advance.
That'd be exciting. I'd like to see Duke versus Kentucky in the championship. I don't know who would win. Go Kentucky, but
Well, that's what I have in my bracket actually is Kentucky versus Duke. Kentucky wins as the
Yeah.
Championship game.
I'd like to see a team that goes all the way without losing. That'd be fun.
That would be interesting to see Kentucky go 40-0.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they have to win 2 more, so it would be 40-0.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody. I'm a meteorology major, which means I do calculus. So simple math sometimes gets a little lost with me, but I eventually figure it out.
Yeah. Return to your roots.
Yeah, return to my roots. No, it's just one of those things that happens to meteorology majors every now and then. You take enough advanced math, the simple stuff messes you up all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't tell you number of points I've lost on tests because of simple stuff.
Right? Happens to me in chemistry all the time, which you and I have the same pain.
Yep.
All right, so should we move forward to the NFL and what people are saying about the St. Louis Rams drafting ability?
Yeah. The Rams apparently are not drafting that good this year.
That's what this article, according to ESPN, is just talking about the past picks in the Rams' career, and a few of them highlight Zach Stacy, who didn't end up starting this year, who they used a first-round pick on.
Yeah, and that was kind of my problem. I don't know why the heck Fisher.
Yeah.
I can't remember. We've had so many head coaches here in St. Louis, I can't keep track of them. All I know is Martz, Linehan, and Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only ones I know. I know we had a billion between Martz and Linehan. Well, not a million, but we had quite a few between Martz and
definitely.
Linehan. Yeah, Stacy though. He had started the previous years. Now why he's not starting now is beyond me.
Yeah. No, I don't understand it. With Quinn, they've gotten a few good picks. Definitely in Robert Quinn, one of the best defensive players. Aaron Donald, he had a decent first season, but this year they definitely need to get a better showing out of their draft picks because it's been a little shallow in the department of production.
Yeah, really, we haven't been able to produce that much this year. It's really It's really been sad to see. We haven't been able to produce in the last few years. Now, I will admit, this last season, though, the Rams were really up there.
No, yeah, if it wasn't for those a few injuries like Sam Bradford, R.I.P., now we got Nick Foles in here.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's another thing. I had a problem with Bradford, not being able to avoid getting injured.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's a great player, but it was just too bad he got injury struck in so early.
Every season, he had an injury.
Yeah.
Every season.
Definitely. I think Nick Foles would be a good replacement for him with the way the Rams offense works. Tavon Austin, that could be good.
Oh, Tavon Austin. Oh, man, he's awesome.
Yeah. If they use his athletic ability with Nick Foles' big arm, there could be some serious production on the field.
Yeah, what I'm trying to figure out who we're getting back next year from the Rams.
I know
we're going to have
losing Jake Long.
Yeah, I know.
Bradford.
I know we don't have Jake Long anymore, and he actually did pretty good.
No, yeah, he's one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL, but they had to open up cap space for more signings, hopefully.
Yeah, let's hope that it ends up working out for them.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I can get the roster, at least tentative roster right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We still have Austin Davis.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We still have Davis. We got Benny Cunningham still.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's funny because I did fantasy, and I'm not going to do it again because I couldn't figure it out. But Cunningham actually produced more than I had expected.
Yeah, no, I actually went down to the championship, and my friend who I played had Cunningham on his team, and he kind of carried him the whole way.
Yeah, Cunningham really produced more than we all expected. We still have Zach Stacy, Tavon Austin, Kenny Britt. We still have him, so that's good. We got Quick.
Yep.
Quick actually did pretty decent for me. Chris Givens, he's coming back.
They signed Kenny Britt also in the offseason, the wide receiver. He'll be a good producer, hopefully with Nick Foles. Their styles are definitely comparative.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just looking through the rest of the roster to see if I recognize any names. No, that's all I recognize for offense. Okay, Chris Long's the one I'm thinking of. That's Howie's son.
Yeah, that's Howie's son. Jake Long is not related.
Not related. Okay,
family.
yeah, Chris Long. I'm about to say because I always know Howie always made mention of the fact
Yeah.
One of those things. Howie always loved covering the Rams because his son plays for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris Long, he's back. He's good. Robert Quinn, we got him back. Let's see who else we got. Ogletree, he's back. Ogletree actually pulled off a couple interceptions.
Yeah.
Ogletree's a good guy to put out if you want interceptions.
No, yeah, they've got some people that they can definitely play on defense and offense. It'll be fun to watch the development of some of these younger players like Aaron Donald and James Laurinaitis. You never know how he's gonna.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see Laurinaitis in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he mentioned it. Sounds like a disease.
Yeah, Laurinaitis.
Laurinaitis.
It definitely does.
I always have said that. It sounds like a disease, and it's just kind of been a joke, a running joke. Yeah, and then we got Johnny Hecker back as punter, and we got Greg the Leg back as our kicker.
Yeah, no, those are definitely two good people. Also, for the fantasy football listeners out there, you could draft those guys, and you'll have a reliable team.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. I actually had another guy in there. It was for the longest time I had Minnesota's kicker.
I'm running blank on the name right now.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, I know you can't probably remember right now. But no, I know I had Minnesota's kicker, and him and Zerline were actually
Blair
producing.
Walsh.
They were actually what?
Blair Walsh.
Blair Walsh. Thank you. Yes, Walsh. I had both of them, and they were actually producing pretty equal.
Yeah, Blair Walsh is pretty awesome. I mean, I would say both for the teams, the Vikings and the Rams, they don't always get the touchdowns, so they've got the kickers that can get the field goals.
Yeah, and that's actually how the Rams won I think at least 1 or 2 games last season was field goals.
Yep.
Just keep them out of the end zone, score field goals.
Definitely. Whatever it takes to
Whatever
win.
it takes to win, exactly. You said it best right there, my friend.
Yep.
Whatever it takes to win. What else have we got to talk about? Oh, actually, it's about halfway through the show.
We're ready for some call-ins?
I think so.
All right.
I think it's time. The number to call, 314-977-1581. And Timmy, if you're out there, we would love for you to call in and discuss with us what
Yeah.
we're talking about tonight.
Definitely.
We would love it.
Well, in the meantime.
Let's move on to some more St. Louis news. Actually,
Cardinals.
Cardinals, yeah, they just announced a 25-man roster today.
Yep.
Today, it actually was announced. I'm trying to pull it up here and see who all they've got. Okay, well, see, I wish we had the paper in here right now because I know they had all 25 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I think I've got I think I have a better one. Sometimes the Wi-Fi in here is a little unreliable, but I'm working with the. I'm sitting here trying to say, load.
Yeah.
Because our computers don't want to cooperate with us.
Oh yeah, the spot where K-Slu's got us isn't the best reception, but we're doing what we can.
I know. Well, I think you've got all the server equipment from SLU, the K-SLU Channel 18. All that is really interfering with our equipment, with our Wi-Fi in here anyway. That's why I always try to pull up the stuff before I get in here.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, while that works, let's talk about the women's basketball tournament.
Mm-hmm. So in the women's league, you got a few familiars that returned. You got Connecticut and just a second here.
Holy cow!
Connecticut versus Notre Dame, and then also South Carolina versus Maryland, and all four are 1 seeds in their respective regions.
So yeah, an all 1 seed Final Four. I was looking back at the Elite Eight and the Final Four games for the women's. 105-54 Connecticut over Texas. 91-70 Connecticut over Dayton.
That's crazy.
You don't see that in men's at all.
No, that's just complete dominance.
How those scores occur is beyond me.
If Timmy's out there listening, I don't want to embarrass you, but a 21-point loss for your girls' team, you might want to reconsider next year.
You might want to consider rooting for the right team in the A10
Exactly.
and not wearing Dayton hoodies into the studio.
Yep.
Oh well, yeah, that's the thing about the show. Timmy and I always love messing with each other like that.
Yep.
Plus, he's not even here, and he'll probably hear this after the fact, and and come over and mess with me.
Yeah.
Or in return.
No, definitely. Oh, I've got pulled up the 25-man roster for the Cardinals of 2015. If we want to talk about that.
Nice, yeah, because my computer refuses to pull it up.
Yep, well, right here we got in the outfield Matt Holliday returning, obviously one of the great players on the Cardinals.
You can't have Cardinals without Holiday.
No,
Not right now, anyway.
And you got John Jay, who's a great returner. He's
Oh,
great to have in
John
the
Jay.
lineup. Jason Hayward, that's awesome.
Right. Well, yeah, we got Hayward not too long ago.
Yeah, no, he could make for an exciting player.
He'll be a good Cardinal.
No, yeah, I agree. He could be a good. He'll produce a lot on the plate, and he'll also be a good defender.
Yeah, we'll see. Part of what Timmy and I mentioned, about being the Cardinal way, you play 110% on the field, but you also, give back to the community too.
No, yeah.
And I think Hayward's going to be a good model for the Cardinal way.
Yeah, he'll be a good face for St. Louis with
He will be.
all the stuff that goes on. Definitely. And then who else do we got here? On the infield, there's Matt Adams at first base.
Big city.
Yep. Colton Wong returning at second base.
One ball.
Matt Carpenter at third base. And then Johnny Peralta at shortstop.
Peralta, he's back.
Yep.
That
Yanni's
infield,
returning.
that infield is the same as last year.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the Cardinals. We have a lot of consistency.
It's awesome to watch because I think in pro sports so often there's so much mix between teams when it's hard to lose like an identity for a player. But the Cardinals are known for keeping people.
And the thing is, whenever you get guys that go to other teams and come back to St. Louis, like Jim Edmonds, he didn't finish his career with the Cardinals.
Yep.
Actually, he did. He signed a one-day contract and retired.
Yeah.
So technically, he did. But either way, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
We were being asked to repeat the number by request. Do you mind repeating it?
Yes, 314-977-1581.
All right. If you got that number, call in.
Yeah, somebody actually wants to call in and talk to us.
And then at catcher, Yachty's returning, and Tony Cruz will be backing up. And for pitchers, we'll just go over the starters. Adam Wainwright, obviously. Michael Wacha. I'm not sure how you say that.
Waka.
Oh, we got the first call in. You want to take this one, Bobby?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, here we go.
BT Sports, you got Bobby. Okay, yeah, actually, that'd be a good one. For those of you who couldn't hear, because it's kind of a little quiet right now. Oh, no wonder. Go ahead and say it again. You're on the air now.
Okay, I just wanted you to tell all your listeners what your April Fool's prank that you pulled on all the residents of Fort G today, because I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I said it earlier, I'm a meteorology major, and I, like most meteorology majors, I really have a passion for it. The best April Fool's prank I pulled, and I pulled it on quite a few people. Anybody in my text list got a text from me saying, I'm giving up meteorology because I can't handle the work anymore. I picked that mainly because, I wanted people to, be able to see through it, but still have a good laugh.
Yeah.
That was the idea behind it. And I think a lot of people had a good laugh with it.
Mm-hmm.
I know you did.
I know I did.
Yeah, but no, thank you for calling in. I think that was really a good thing. I didn't even think about that. Good call.
Thanks.
Yeah, have a good night.
Oh, also, I have one more thing. Personally, if Timmy is listening, I don't want to start anything with him, but I kind of like the ring to B Squared Sports instead of BT Sports. I don't know if you want to make any changes in the cast, but Braden sounds like he's a good fit.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to really make a change yet, and here's why. I picked Timmy for a reason. Timmy and I can, mess with each other quite a bit, but at the same time, we also can talk really seriously about sports, and we, can handle calls in the right way, cutting off some people if we have to or whatnot, if we have to. But no, it's really a fun thing. And I picked Timmy for a reason, but Braden definitely is a good guest host for every now and then whenever we need to.
It's good to be here
bring
for the
him in.
week.
It's really.
All right, well, thanks.
Yeah, BT Sports is staying. It's just B Squared for this week. Hopefully that contract can get settled.
Okay, well, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for calling. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, there's actually two buttons I have to hit to put a caller on the air. No wonder it was so quiet. I didn't hit the buttons.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was lecturing you about that all the way in, Braden.
Yeah, no. It's funny. I'm the newcomer, but
I'm a newcomer, and then I forget to do the most important thing with call-ins.
yeah, another
Hey, Braden, you go ahead and take this one.
B Squared Sports, you got Braden.
Hey man, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I wanted to see if I could get on there and talk a little bit about Blues hockey because that's got that going on.
Let's talk. Hello?
Yeah, man. All right. So anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about Blues hockey. I know we've been in a little bit of a slide right now. I mean, 6 out of 7. We're dealing with some problems, and chemistry, everything kind of has to get back on board. But overall, I think we do have a good team. I think everybody needs to rally behind our boys.
No, yeah, I agree. It's fun to watch the Blues.
It certainly has been it's been frustrating. I'm not going to get being a fan and all, that's certainly, been frustrating this last week or so. But we definitely want to rally behind our boys. We got playoffs coming up soon, and I just want to make sure that we make it and we do this.
No, and you're on with Bobby now. No, and I agree with you 100% on that. The Blues really, like I've said, I said St. Louis is a baseball town, but at the same time, we also love our Blues hockey for sure. It's really a great thing, and I really hope that someday we can get that Stanley Cup.
Yeah, no, we got to get that cup, man. It's been long enough. They came in the league '67, and they've been right there on the verge several times. They've had a lot of great players come through the system, but just never been able to pull the trigger in the playoffs. And I'm just, as a fan, and I think the rest of the city can agree, we want that parade down Market Street.
No, we definitely do. I mean, the Cardinals have had it at least, I think, I can't remember how many times we've won it. I know we've won it at least 11 or 12, so we've had that parade dozens of times already, for at least a dozen times already for the Cardinals. Let's get one for the Blues.
Absolutely. I never told you this, Bobby. It's Zach. I mean, your Tom Theory. And
I figured it was you when you brought up Blues hockey. You didn't have to say much of anything.
That's me, buddy. Dude, this is fun. How
Yeah.
you doing there?
No, we
It's fun.
whenever my normal host is on, once that contract gets settled, it's definitely a really good banter. You're going to want to listen to some more shows.
Absolutely, Ben. Okay,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Yep.
Anyway, I just want to talk a little hockey for a second. And,
No, by all
I've been
means.
I've been listening tonight, so I just wanted to bring some things up. I know we're dealing with injuries with some upper body stuff with or lower body stuff with Tarasenko. I think Alexander Steen had something happen to him the other night, but all in all, we got depth. You know, that's one of the things that makes the Blues pretty great, and we just need to get behind the boys. I mean, it's been frustrating. It's been a frustrating stretch of hockey, but we got to rally behind our boys.
No, we definitely do, and that's the thing about St. Louis. We will rally behind the Blues.
Yep, absolutely. That's one of the great things about St. Louis sports. All right, buddy. It was good talking.
Yep. Have a good night.
Yep, bye.
Okay, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Funny thing, he actually sent me a Facebook message just before he called in.
Oh, really?
He said he was probably going to try calling in.
Is that one of your former teachers?
Actually, no. That guy actually is in my comm theory class. He's another meteorology major
nice.
here.
Oh.
I'll tell you what. Braden, you go ahead and take this one since I ended up monologuing that one.
Okay. B Squared Sports, you got Braden.
Hi, Braden. Is this is BT Sports?
B Squared Sports for the week. Is
Squared
this
Sports.
Timmy?
I was wondering, what's your current take on the NCAA basketball tournament?
Right now I'm pleased with the tournament so far. I would have liked to see Gonzaga win, but
You're gonna have to speak up. I'm having a difficult time hearing you.
can you hear me now?
What's that?
Can you hear me now?
Just a little bit louder.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. That's perfect.
All right, well, here I am. My opinion on the NCAA tournament would definitely be that it'll be exciting to see, hopefully, Kentucky and Duke battle it out in the championship. Personally, I think if Minnesota was in the tournament, they would have won, but, you can't
Sound
always
like a
get what you
Minnesota
want.
fan.
What?
You sound like a Minnesota fan.
I mean, I dabble.
You dabble in it.
Yeah, I mean, it was sad to see Dayton go so early with, I know they kind of had a joke season in the Big Ten, or in the A-10 and all that. They didn't have many
Yeah,
tall
well,
players
you
and
know,
all the
stuff happens.
criminal issues they had. It's kind of sad because I think it's representative of the city of Dayton, but you never know.
Who do you think's gonna win it all?
I'm going to go with Duke.
Duke.
Yep, I've had
What's
Duke. I'd like to see Duke. Before it was Gonzaga, but after their last game, I'm going to go with Duke because they've got a boy, Tyus Jones, starting at point guard, freshman out of Minnesota. And he's
Yeah,
been-
they got quite the class.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty awesome. Him and Jaleel Okafor, the other freshman. So it'll be awesome to see them because cross our fingers that they're going to stick around for a few more seasons. So that'll be exciting to watch.
What's Bobby's take?
Here, I'll hand it to you.
The experts have said Kentucky, and I have to lean that way. I really think Kentucky's got this batted down. Of course, even if, let's say, Kentucky can't pull it off, it's still going to be a great championship game to watch. I'd prefer Kentucky to win, but if Kentucky couldn't make it through, I'd still watch the championship just for the sheer excitement of it.
Did you have Kentucky winning it all to start with, Bobby?
Yeah, actually, I did. Yeah, my bracket had It's interesting because Timmy and I had the same Final Four, the same championship game, and the same champion.
Really? You and Timmy both did?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'll let you guys go.
Okay.
It sounds like you got a lot to talk about on your show.
All right, thank you,
Yeah.
Timmy.
Oh boy. That caller. I don't know who that caller is, but
Yeah, he's a Dayton fan, though, if that gives you any clue.
those Dayton fans.
So on to the next thing. It's with the women's tournament. We've covered that. In the March Madness, there's some stuff going on with Travis Trice, who's one of Michigan State's All-Stars. He's had a pretty compelling few seasons with Michigan State, ridden with injuries and brain issues. But Tom Izzo never wavered on his part, and now he's around. He's one of the top players in the tournament, which is pretty awesome to watch. And just the whole story that they've got going behind Michigan State is exciting.
No, definitely.
Yep. And besides that, I mean, Kentucky's just they keep rolling through. They've got just that stud of a starting five. Duke's got some young players. They're fun to watch with the veterans. And Wisconsin, they're just sticking to their normal ways and doing pretty good.
Yeah, I really, like I said, I'm going to be excited to see what happens this year with the game,
Yeah.
with the championship game. It's a good Final Four. It's a really good Final Four this year.
Yeah, no, this will be fun.
Yeah. Another thing. Okay, yeah. So we were talking about the 25-man roster, and I mean, we had some of the guys. I mean, we didn't have all the guys, but it still was quite interesting. I'm gonna try pulling it up again. Actually, while that comes up, we're gonna go ahead and talk about a preview. For the first time in a long time, the Cardinals are gonna open the season at Wrigley against the Cubs.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. A little bit of a rivalry game to start it off.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
We don't want to kill the Cubs fans, unlike the Yankees and the White Sox. I think it is. They have that type of rivalry going.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. It's always fun to watch, I think, with the Cubs and the Cardinals because it's two organizations that, even though the Cubs haven't had very much success recently, they're respected and players on the teams are always respected. So it's fun to see classy organizations battle it out.
Yeah, and it's kind of more of a funny. It's more of a cross-state
Yeah.
clash than anything else. Because you gotta remember, Chicago is up, right by Lake Michigan, and you get St. Louis. It's not that big of a jaunt. It's pretty much a straight shot down Interstate 55.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's not too far away.
And there's a reason why, since we started interleague play, since we started interleague play, they also call us and the Kansas City Royals the I-70 series.
Yep.
Again, straight shot on 70 for both teams.
No, definitely these Midwest teams battle it out every year.
And that's kind of why I wanted the Royals to win the World Series last year, because I wanted a Midwest team to win.
No, yeah, they definitely had a Cinderella story towards the end, and that was fun to watch. But the Giants are just a dominant team.
And and then you get the network plastering it in our faces.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other argument I don't like. I think the network really covers coast teams more than they do in the Midwest.
No, definitely.
Which is interesting because I think, if I'm not mistaken, baseball was born in the Midwest.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in the cornfields somewhere.
Yeah, it was in the cornfields, and let's face it, there's no cornfields on the coast.
Yeah.
I think maybe in the 1700s and early 1800s there were cornfields, but then you get industry coming in, and then goodbye
they're only here
cornfields.
right now.
Midwest becomes a corn belt.
Yep.
I love. That's one thing I love about the Midwest. It may be flat and it may seem boring, but if you grow up in the Midwest, there's quite a bit to do. You find a lot to do.
If you're born in the Midwest, you're proud to be from the Midwest, that's for sure.
Exactly.
But if you aren't from the Midwest, I don't think you understand.
You really don't understand you don't understand if you're not from the Midwest what we're all about here.
Yeah, definitely.
Like football on Friday nights, that's a Midwest tradition.
Oh, yeah, Friday Night Lights, grill outs,
Oh man, barbecue.
pig roast, stuff like that.
It could be 30 degrees out and we'd still barbecue.
Oh, definitely. Nothing
Like
good
like
a burger.
Atlanta. Atlanta 30 degrees. Oh, we're done for. It's the end of the world. Meanwhile in Illinois, how do you want your burger?
No, yeah, it's the same. I mean, as I stated earlier, coming from Minnesota, it's funny to see some of these states down south that close after an inch of snow, and we drive to school in 6 inches of snow. But
Yeah, and
I'm not bitter.
and you get Texas, you dump a cup of ice in the ground. Better cancel school.
No, definitely, it's a danger to the students apparently.
Well, the problem is those states don't have snowplows or salt.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, yeah, their infrastructure doesn't encompass plows and salt, which makes it more difficult, obviously.
Well, the thing is though, their climate, they don't get big snows like they did last year that often.
Yep. You want this call, or do you want me to take it?
You took the last one, kind of. I'll take it.
What is that?
BT Sports. This is Bobby. Hello. Hello. This is BT Sports. Okay, that was a weird call. He calls. I hear somebody on the other side, but they don't respond.
Must have got a little bit too nervous.
That, or they were just trying to be the smart aleck.
Yeah.
I don't know. We get those every now and then.
Yeah.
Oh well. But no, we were getting. We talked about the Cubs, and how that's more, kind of more of a friendly thing. Just cross state. Like I think we've actually had Oh, Jason Mott. He was a pitcher for us last year, reliever.
Yep.
He's a Cub now.
No, yeah, that'll be fun.
I know, and
playing the game.
And the thing is, Jason Mott, he's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was a really good guy off the field. You know, he does the case for cancer thing.
Yeah.
They actually he took that to Chicago with him.
Oh, really?
So then now they're doing case for cancer.
That's awesome.
I know, it's really nice. It's really cool to hear that Mott's taken something he started in St. Louis to Chicago and they're accepting it.
Yeah.
That just shows, you know, they're saying, yeah, it's a St. Louis thing, but we're going to go ahead and take it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that just shows, you know, how the Cubs and the Cardinals are so classy.
No, yeah, the Cardinal way. You hear it every week.
Yep, the Cardinal way. The Cardinal way, the Billiken way, the Eagle way. So many different variants of it, but the Cardinal way was the original.
Yep.
That was the original, the Cardinal way.
It's exemplified every day.
Yeah, you get you get guys like Matheny, Albert Pujols. As much as see, the thing is, I really don't hate Albert for leaving St. Louis.
Yeah.
A lot of people do hate him for that. I don't.
No, yeah, I think he's a great guy. He was a great player for the Cardinals, but I also think eventually your time just runs out someplace. It doesn't mean you aren't recognized as a staple player for the franchise.
No,
It just
and I
means you
think
go.
Albert has a restaurant here in St. Louis.
No, yeah, he does. I've heard about
Albert
that.
has a restaurant. Edmonds has a club here. Jim Edmonds. Or we have to call him Jimmy Baseball.
Yeah.
He's famous for making that diving catch out in center field in I think it was the 2004, 2005 NLDS. Is it no the NLCS?
Yep,
It was
NLCS.
NLCS. Yeah, he's famous. I think it was Game 6 of the 05 NLCS. He was
I believe
famous
so.
for making that diving catch in center field to end it.
Yeah.
And he used to leap up onto the wall and make catches too all the time.
Those are fun to watch.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's Minnesota. They re-signed Torrey Hunter this year, actually, so that's a similar situation. We love that. All right, we got the next caller.
Yeah, you got it, Timmy. Braden.
B Squared Sports, you got Braden.
Hey, I know this is a little off-topic question, but I came across this article the other day about a Lisa Ann. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name, but the Harrison twins on the University of Kentucky basketball team. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they so there was this article the other day where Lisa Ann was interested in having intercourse with the two of them together.
Okay, well that was interesting.
All right.
Yep. Okay, well let's move back to the
forward.
Moving forward, yeah. Yeah, we've got women's, we've got the Cardinals. I'm still trying to pull up a 25-man roster, but you got guys like Yachty, you got Tony Cruz as the backup back. Like I said, Yachty's an awesome guy too.
Yeah, no.
He has got a cannon.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him throw out a guy trying to steal second?
Oh yeah, I'd say one of the catchers you want if you're gonna have people stealing base at
That-
that arm.
Yeah, there's a bunch of memes about it too. Like one of them was, why don't Yachty sitting there with his arms out and that face like, what's the deal? You know, one of those, what's going on? And it says, why don't these guys get they can't steal on me? Or and I think there's another one too that had a picture of Yachty, in his catcher gear and said, "Thou shalt not steal." And there's a funny one too. Whenever the playoffs started last year, I made it my cover photo on Facebook. "Thou shalt not steal unless you are a Cardinal on first base." And it just, again, that just shows you the kind of the humor that goes around the organization and the
That's
area.
funny. That's a good time.
"Thou shalt not steal unless you're a Cardinal on first." You could be who actually. You could be who.
Yeah.
Who's on first?
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. That's the Cardinals have got a good system going right now, and it's not failing.
Our farm system is one of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a friend of mine not too long ago about that, and he's as huge a Cardinal fan as I am.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the RAs in Greece.
Oh yeah.
You know who he is. He's got the Redbirds on his his
sign.
name card. Yeah, the guy isn't a huge Cardinal fan like I am. I could sit there and talk Cardinals to him for hours on end.
Yeah, the Cardinals. It's nice to come to a state where the baseball team is taken serious and they win games every year. Because Minnesota Twins aren't known for that.
No, yeah, and like I said, the Cardinals. Like I said, it's because of our farm system. I was watching a documentary the other day about it. Back in the day, the Yankees started buying their team, and they do that to this day.
Yep.
And the Cardinals said, "Okay, we can beat them. Develop the farm system." So the Cardinals were the first team to have a minor league farm system.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
No other team had it before the Cardinals.
You hear that? All Midwest haters, farm system, not beach system, not
Yeah, no,
system.
it's a farm system.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's a reason why it's called the farm system.
Yep.
Okay, I will take this one. BT Sports, it's Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. This is Timmy. How you doing?
Oh, hey, Timmy.
How's the show going so far?
Well, have you been listening?
No, I'm not able to listen.
Oh, man, it's been going pretty good. I mean, there's somebody called in actually talking crap on you.
Talking crap about me.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll shoot you a text once the version's up to YouTube and you can take a listen.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, but no,
Man.
you can hear that. But no,
I'll have to have a word with them.
yeah, no, we've been hearing. We've been talking about quite a bit here. It's been pretty cool.
I'm having a tough time hearing you, Bob Dog.
Oh, sorry, I turned away from the phone to look at my computer.
Oh, that's all right, Bob Dog.
Yeah, you got me now?
You missing me over there?
Yeah, I am. Braden's a good fill-in, but yeah, you really can't beat the chemistry you and I have together as
Oh,
as
yeah, we have
hosts.
great chemistry.
Yeah, like we can sit
That
there and
Brady's
say,
doing great, though.
yeah, like I can sit here and say, Timmy, that's one of the dumbest picks I've ever heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, had our brackets been different, I could have said that.
So what's your take on the NASCAR race over this weekend? How do you think it went?
I didn't get to watch much of it because I was sitting there doing a lot of typing and a lot of work. But no, it was. I read that Hamlin had to do. It was a really good finish. And actually,
Yeah.
no, this one wasn't too. No, this one was finished all under green, so it wasn't a green-white checkered.
Really?
That makes it even
How'd
more.
your boy Jimmy Johnson do?
He wrecked early in the. He wrecked late in the midway through the race, and he ended up finishing 35th, about 30 some odd laps down.
That's no good. What about Danica Patrick?
Danica finished 7th this week.
7th. Pretty good.
I know. I said.
Danica Patrick, she's a cutie, isn't she?
Well,
No. Different taste in women.
it's not that. It's well, I look at Danica as a racer as opposed to just a woman.
What's that?
I look at her as just as a racer.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Somebody is just competing to try to win, and a 7th place
Yeah.
finish for her is really good. I think that's one of the
Yeah.
that's one of the few top 10s I've ever seen from her.
Really?
Yeah,
That's incredible. That's good. Who won the race?
Denny Hamlin.
Really?
Yeah, and Denny's a younger guy too. He's really Denny's a good racer though.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't be there, Bob Dog.
That's okay. I think once we get that contract settled, I think it's all going to work out.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, and we're gonna work on that over Easter break. I think I think Case-Lou and us can, Case-Lou and both sides of
glad
BT
I can-
Sports can
I'm
get.
glad I can still call in though, despite the differences.
Yeah, I mean you can call in though, but like I said, I think the contract's gonna get settled over Easter break, and I think for everybody out there, Timmy will be back next week.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Let's hope. We can only hope. And
We'll
if
see.
not, Braden will fill in again. I'm pretty sure he'd be more than happy to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a word with Braden about that one. Right, Braden?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, Timmy.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you, Bob Dog.
Yeah,
Tell Braden I said hi.
I will actually. I think he can hear you. Remember? He can hear both sides of the conversation on the phone.
Yeah.
So he heard you say hi. Okay, well, it was good talking to you, Timmy.
All right. Well, I'll see you later, Bob Dog.
Okay, see ya.
Braden. Bye-bye.
Yep. And hey, there's nothing that says somebody who's in negotiation can't call in.
No, definitely. I hope everything works out with Case-Lou. I'm enjoying being on the show for this week, but I must say I enjoy being on the listening end personally. But it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun bringing guest hosts every now and then to do stuff, and who knows, we might have to bring you in again sometime.
No, definitely. I'll
Maybe,
be more than willing.
maybe I'll be the one that's gone
Yeah.
or having a negotiation problem.
No, it'll still be it'll be TB Sports.
It'll still be
then.
BT
Yep.
instead of Bobby Timmy. It's Braden Timmy.
Yep.
No, it's been a really good show having you on as guest host. I will say.
No, this has been fun. Thank you to all the listeners for hopefully adjusting your ear canals for my voice instead of Timmy's. I don't think you should be too worried about the return next week, but it's great to be here.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not like you can't. It's not like you couldn't fill in if something ever had happened like this again.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I think it's a little early, a couple minutes before time, but I think we're going to go ahead and close out the show.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, so, as always, I'm Bobby Stillwell.
And this is Braden Kravita.
In
I'm
for
Tim Shagru.
in for Tim Shagru. And this is B Squared Sports signing off, hopefully for the last time for a while. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.